watching Stretford Paddock. We're here for the post-game review of Man United versus Spurs, which we've just seen. United, of course, winning 2-1 with goals from Anthony Martial and Angel Gomes, either side of a equaliser from Lucas Moura. What do you think to the game, guys?
It was all right. I mean, I think that out of all 4 games we played so far, that for me showed a lot more weaknesses for United than any of the other games. But in that first half, I was really impressed with our pressing, and for me, I was really loving what Gomes was doing in that second half, or as Casey likes to call him, Engel, that exotic
Spanish
name. But yeah, I was impressed by that first half, but the second half I think showed a lot of our weaknesses. Matic just showed to me again why I don't think he's going to be really in the team next year, or at least he shouldn't be. But I was again impressed by Aaron Wan-Bissaka going forward. When he was given the ball, we didn't really see Greenwood do his thing, I think, today. But I really want to see in the next game if we're going to have our best starting 11, because I think we can all agree that on either side of the first half and the second half, our starting 11 wasn't our strongest, because it was a completely different 11 going to the second half.
Well, I think that was the first time we properly got to see what United will probably play like next season, because we played Inter Milan, which is kind of the standard of team, and they put out quite a strong team, but Tottenham are a team that we're going to have to play twice next season. Sure. They're a team that are above us, or were above us last season.
Have been above us for, I think, 3 of the last 4 years. I think.
Yeah, exactly, and they've been on, they've been on the up. So it's a sort of thing that we need to. These are the matches that we need to look at and decide. Yeah, we played well in this position, but not in the second half. Maybe like midfield looked to drop off in the second half. The offensive capability was still there, I thought.
Yeah, so we've got the stats on the screen here. Of course, we've got United 11 shots to Tottenham's 8. We've got 5 shots to 2 on target. So we did dominate in terms of the chances created. Possession, United only had 42%, and that pass accuracy, 83% for United, 87% for Tottenham. Obviously, they played a bit more of a possession-based game, so you'd expect that. What do you think from United in terms of making chances?
Well, I think before we get into the chances, I want to talk about possession, because I think that is it's a fact that I think people are going to attack. I think that if people who aren't going to watch the game and they pay attention to the stats, they're going to think by possession we weren't good with the ball. But I would rather say that with the 42% of possession that United had, we made the most that we could. But in that first half, we never played out of the back. I think a lot of the times we were afraid to give the ball to Smalling and Rojo, who are 2 starting centre-backs. Going the second half, obviously, we saw Lindelof and Tuanzebe and Eric Bailly for like the first 5 minutes before he got injured play the ball a lot more, and that's why I think we only had about 37% possession or whatever it was
even
in
less in the first half, yeah.
So I think going forward with the chances created, that right side, I've said this multiple times now, but that right side for me is just not... It's not adding anything going forward. No, I think build-up play right now isn't even in Daniel James' strong suit. So you can even say on the left-hand side he wasn't doing as much as he should. Although his pace, we can all agree, that guy's the fastest on the pitch. And I really want to see going forward if we can implement someone, maybe Rashford on the left, because I thought Martial did a great job with the chances he created.
Scoring the first goal as well. A ball through from Pereira to Martial.
Pereira, I think as well, one of my biggest issues personally with Pereira has been his final ball. And I think a couple minutes right after I said on the stream, he put in an inch-perfect pass to Martial, and Martial did a great job of sliding it in. But we need more of that from Pereira on a constant basis. And I think right now, Pogba is showing that really at every game, why we need him. But right now, I'm not convinced by our wing play if we're going to be great going forward.
Well, those balls going forward, we've got a stat here that touches in the opposition box. Martial had 3 touches and Rashford didn't have any touches in the opposition box. Right. So playing those balls into the box has been an issue that we've struggled with last season, and it does seem as though it's something that we're still sort of struggling with this season as well. What do you think to United defensively in the first half and second half? Was there a bit of a change there?
Well, I think the first half kind of saw it was bit of like half of what I would have thought would play in the first team. Yeah. Or like maybe I'd say one actually. Right. One of what I'd play in the first team were in the defence. In the first half, Wan-Bissaka, who still has not seen a goal conceded while he has been on the pitch.
He doesn't know what it's like to concede a goal as a Man United player. What an absolute luxury.
Hopefully it's a while before he finds out, but we'll see. And then the second half we saw Lindelof, a very short appearance by Bailly, and then Tuanzebe and Shaw, and I feel like defensively we've been pretty decent. Tuanzebe, when he came on the pitch, won 100% of his tackles and had 94 pass accuracy.
Yeah,
those are great stats. Those are the stats that we've been looking for in terms of a defender. And I feel like Tuanzebe keeps on showing why he should be the main rotational centre back for United. I don't think he's quite ready to make a step up. I keep saying that we probably need another centre back. But in terms of what we have behind him, like Smalling, Jones, Rojo played in that first half. I always forget that. That always plays. But yeah, I think he deserves to be the main rotational centre back because I feel like he has the confidence.
I can agree with that.
The going in to succeed at United.
Going into the second half, then obviously we've got that winning goal from Angel Gomes.
Yeah.
What do you think to his performance today? For me, he was my man of the match today.
Yeah, Angel Gomes probably is my man of the match, and also in the first half, a special shout out to Andreas Pereira who really stepped up, and Martial as well. I mean, he hit the post like 5 minutes into the match, Martial, and obviously Pereira assisted the goal, but Angel Gomes, what he's really showing to me is maybe not. I don't believe he's starting 11 good just yet. But I think right now he's cemented himself into who should be starting on the bench.
In the squad.
Just like Greenwood. Greenwood, I think, anytime he's played, he's shown why he should at least be involved with the first team. And I think Angel Gomes, in the final third, he's got to work on his final ball just a little bit more. I think the goal he scored today was a great opportunity to show where his finishing, how good it really is. I think his composure was brilliant. He only had 2 shots, I believe, and the first one was deflected. And so I'm really going to count it as one proper shot towards goal. And I thought he did a great job. And I think going forward, I would love to see what he's going to be able to do in that centre mid role as a cam. And maybe if we're not able to sign someone like Bruno Fernandes, it's time to gently push someone like Angel Gomes.
I think his build-up play and his touch and his turns and how is almost his size because he's such a small player. That really helps his balance and his agility, and he has a feel of matter to him when he's got the ball. The way he turns and the way he takes players one way, like he did with the goal, the way he sort of just glided into the box and Mata playing that ball around the corner. I think if you can implement that next season in the first team, and like I said, maybe not as a starter, but coming on and showing that he can do that and getting goals, I think he's really impressed me this pre-season so far.
I think we obviously Angel Gomes was one of the best players. I think that one of the understated performances that game was Scott McTominay. I think he's growing into his role. I mean, there was a point in the first half where I think we saw Pogba hit a ball across field, and we're like, "Oh, this is the problem with United. No one else can do that." And then, not 30 seconds later, McTominay just picked up the ball and did the exact same thing on the other side. And the stats kind of show is like 100% final third pass accuracy, 100% of his aerial duels were on, and he attempted 5 long balls. Like he didn't show limited passing range. So I feel like Scott McTominay deserves a big shout out, and he's been showing in this pre-season, especially when you see like the drop off when Matic comes in, why he should be one of the starting midfielders.
Yeah, exactly. Right, I think we were all pretty happy with that, weren't we? Obviously, a lot to work on.
4 out of 4 wins, man.
4 out of 4 wins, exactly. Only
My
one goal
prediction
conceded.
was right for the start of this game for once.
Which was what, 2-1?
2-1.
I said 2-2. I was wrong.
Right, thank you very much for joining us. We'll be back for all the pre-season games.